Here are ways that you can make free hotel bookings for your visa application. No, you don't have to pay. I'm going to show you how you can make a valid hotel booking for your visa application. Now, why is it important, to make a free booking? One, because there are no guarantees that you will actually get the visa, and you don't want to be denied a visa and then have to deal with the cost of paying for an accommodation you are not going to use. So I'm going to show you 3 ways how I make my hotel reservation when I'm making my visa application. So the first thing you want to do is that you want to determine the date that you're going to travel. And certainly it should be the same date that you have provided in your visa application that you would be traveling. Now, once you have determined the date, what you're going to do is that you're going to visit any of the websites that I'm going to list here. Also, you can check the description box. It would be there available. The links would be available for you to go explore. So the website that I use primarily is booking.com. Now, why do I like booking.com? It is because it is user-friendly and it's easy to actually navigate. And it also has a long list of properties, listed on Booking. So you want to try a website like Booking. You also want to try, if you're looking for a more luxurious option, you can go for, let's say, the Marriott. You'll be surprised that most times you would find deals that are just as cheap as finding hotels like anywhere. You're looking for maybe like a Hilton hotel, that hotels listed, there, you can actually use the Hilton, apps. Now, all these websites that I have mentioned, they all have phone apps that you can download and then access them, from your phone, which is very easy, if you're able to make your hotel booking via your mobile phone. So go to any of this website, and then what you're going to do is that you are going to register. We're going to focus on booking.com right now. You would go there and then you would search for a hotel in the city that you plan to visit. It is also important, like I always say, before you embark on any trip, certainly if you're going there on holiday or if you're going to, let's say, for a conference or something, you do want to stay close to where the conference will hold. For example, if you're going to a city, you don't want to have a conference in a particular spot and then you're staying like 2 hours away from that place. If you're, let's say, for your first time, it wouldn't really make sense, and that's something that the visa officer would be looking at. This person says they're going for a conference here. How come they're staying 3 hours, 2 hours away from this location? It doesn't add up. So you want to be believable. How are you going to do this? You're going to be looking for a hotel close enough, depending on what inconvenience that you can handle. Because if you're actually traveling to that destination, you may actually stay in that accommodation. So do what feels natural. Of course, maybe sometimes you will realize that maybe the hotel that you can afford is not within the places that you want to be. That is absolutely fine. Find any one that you can afford closest to the places that you want to be. Now, the thing about Booking, is that it's able to, it allows you narrow your search to the location and also to your budget. There's certain things you also want to consider. If you included in your visa application that your budget, let's say for a hotel, maybe for 7 days or for 14 days is $1,000. Imagine that you go make a reservation that is $4,000 or $3,000. It doesn't add up. So you also want to be guided by whatever estimated budget that you have provided in your visa application form, and ensure that whatever accommodation that you pick actually comes within that budget. So now, once you have done that, you want to read the fine print. You have to read the fine print because that's where they hide all the terms and conditions. Now, you want to look for an accommodation because some of them would have non-refundable option, some of them would have refundable option, but you want to go with the option that allows you free cancellation up until a reasonable time. Most times it might be 7 days before your trip. Most times it can even be a few days before your trip, or even 24 hours before your trip, or some of them would even allow you cancel on the day of the trip. So go for an option that is flexible, something that doesn't require that you make an instant payment, and something that gives you a long cancellation time. And of course, you should be applying for your visa early, and then it would allow you enough time to, if your visa is denied, you cancel that accommodation, or even if your visa is granted, if you choose not to stay in that place, you can cancel it and really get where you want to stay. Now, once you have done that, for people who live in Nigeria, you do require a bank card to make that reservation. And unfortunately, your Naira card can no longer allow you make that reservation. What you would require would be a Forex card. It could be a dollar card, it could be a card that is domiciled in pounds or whatever. Now, you would say you don't have this. You can approach your bank. If you do have a bank account, you can approach your bank and open a Forex account, a foreign currency account, and then obtain a card that is attached to that account. It's very simple. But if you don't have, then you can get a family member or a close friend or someone around you that you can trust to make that reservation on your behalf. Of course, they would be using their card to make that booking, and of course they can just make it, instead of giving you their card details, they can make that booking for you, and then you use it. But the only issue is that for most hotels, that they always require, if you're going to make payment, if they're going to pay for that with their card, they always just require to see evidence that of the card that you use. So in that case, you can just get maybe like them to give you an authorization or something to show that, oh, they actually made that payment on your behalf and it wasn't fraudulent. So these are things you want to look out for. But now, be required to include your bank card details. They will tell you there, you have to read it. They will tell you that no, your card would not be charged, but it's just required to make that booking. Why do they want you to use your card? Just in case you forget to cancel, like they would have reserved that accommodation for you up until the cancellation period. If you fail to cancel, it means that someone else who probably would have booked that room, didn't get a chance to do that because you held the room down and then you did not show up. So once you confirm your booking, you will get an email with your valid hotel reservation. That hotel reservation you can use it, it is valid. The embassies will recognize it, because if they actually reach out to the hotel or wherever you booked a place, it would, they would verify that yes, you do have a valid booking with them, that and they will probably tell the embassy how long your booking is for, and then maybe if there are any cancellation, whatever other information that they might require. It is the same with the other apps that I talked about. If you go on Marriott, if once you're a member, they don't require, their refund, there are options that require that you pay, but go for the option that doesn't require instant payment. It will probably be more expensive than the one that requires. Normally it's like a bait, they try to get you to pay now and save money, or pay later and then pay the exact amount. Go for that option that says you pay more, because it is cheaper to cancel and lose nothing than pay let's say a discounted amount and then lose the entire money. And then of course, once you have done this, all you just need to do is put it down somewhere in your diary or make a mental note to cancel that accommodation if your visa is denied, or if you choose to stay somewhere else. So I hope this is helpful. I hope that you would not maybe go about looking for paying for a hotel reservation when you can easily get one for yourself. Like I said, you can do it yourself. You don't need anyone to do it for you. Just follow the steps that I have mentioned here, and then you can get it for free. Thank you very much for joining me, and if you found this video really useful, hit the like button and share with someone, because you've watched it but someone else might want to see it. My name is Otto. I'm a travel content creator, and I hope you do love my channel. If you do, tell someone about it. Thank you very much for joining me, and see you next time. Bye.